And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at King of Tokyo Dark Edition. Now, King of Tokyo is a fantastically, amazingly fun Yahtzee-style game in which you control giant kaiju, huge monsters that fight each other over controlling Tokyo and smashing stuff up. It's a silly game along the lines of the old computer game Rampage, these monsters just running around. Well, this is a new version, a limited edition. I don't know how long it will be out. A dark version where it looks a little spookier and scary with a few minor rule changes. Now, this video is not necessarily for people who've played before. I'll mention the rule changes at the end. If you've never played King of Tokyo before, don't worry. I'm going to show you how to play it right now. Each player in the game is going to pick one of the mega monsters here. Alienoid, Cyber Bunny, Kraken, the King, who's clearly the best of them all, Mecha Dragon, or Gigazar. When you play this, you're going to put your point dial to 0, and you're going to put your health to its current maximum, which is 10. If your health ever goes to 0, you're eliminated from the game, and if your points ever get to 20, you win the game. Each player is also going to take a figure that matches them and put that in front of them. One person's going to go first. That person's going to roll the 6 dice that are included in the game. Now, when you roll the dice, it's very similar to Yahtzee. You're going to roll the dice. You can keep any number of dice that you want. Let's say I want to keep these 3, and you get 2 re-rolls. I don't like any of those, so I'll re-roll them, and this is what I have. Now, numbers are important in this game. If you ever roll 3 of the same number, that's how many points you get. So 3 3s gives you 3 points, 3 2s gives you 2 points, 3 1s give you 1 point. If you get an additional 3, let's say I had rolled 4 3s, then I would get 3 plus an extra point, 4 points. So the most points you can get from just rolling numbers would be 6. 3 from these, plus 4, 5, 6 points. And you just mark your points accordingly. For each energy that you roll, you'll take some of these energy tokens, 1 for each one that you roll. For each heart that you roll, if you are not in Tokyo at the moment, then you'll heal 1 hit point if you've lost any. And then for each of these, you will attack the monsters who are not in your location. In this game, there are 2 locations. There is outside of Tokyo, which everyone starts at the beginning of the game, and there is inside Tokyo. If no one's inside Tokyo at the end of your turn, you must move into Tokyo. There's only 1 space, and 1 monster can be in Tokyo, with the exception of in a 5 or 6 player game, there's Tokyo Bay, and 2 monsters can be in these spots. So when you attack and you're in Tokyo, you attack everybody outside of Tokyo. So if I rolled 2 claws and I was in Tokyo, everyone outside of Tokyo would take 2 damage. If I'm in Tokyo, anybody outside of Tokyo who rolls damage will cause damage to you. So the person in Tokyo is probably going to take more damage as time goes by. Furthermore, you cannot heal when you're in Tokyo. Now, the benefits are when you move into Tokyo, you get 1 victory point. And if you stay in there for a whole round at the beginning of your turn, you will get an extra 2 victory points. So there's benefits to moving into Tokyo. When you are attacked in Tokyo and you take hits, so let's say I take 2 hits here and I'm in Tokyo, I have the opportunity to retreat out, which will then open it up and the monster that attacked me has to move into Tokyo. You'll also notice here next to the board, there's a track here from 1 to 10. Each player will have a token. This is to keep track of your wickedness. 1s and 2s aren't as good as 3s when getting points, but 3 1s will give you 2 wickedness points, and 3 2s will give you 1 wickedness point. When you get to 3, 6, and 10, you're going to go through these tiles, which have a red side, a green side. You can mix them and do what you want, and you'll pick one. So maybe I'll pick Eternal. This here says at the start of my turn, I will gain a health. Or at the start of my turn, gain an energy. Or get an extra die reroll. Instead of 3, I have 4. Or when I roll 3 of these, I get an extra point. So I'll get 2 points for 3 1s instead of that. Or here, when I roll at least 2 attack, I get an additional attack. These are good, but the 6s are better. This one lets me have up to 12 health instead of 10. Here I get an extra die. The game comes with 2 extra dice. I can use one of these with my cyber brain. Or on the other side, at the start of my turn, I get a victory point. Or when I get to side, I get a victory point for every keep card I have. And then the 10 ones, look at these. Gain an extra energy for every energy and an extra heart for every health you get. Double all your attacks. Or here, this gives me 12 energy. And then you get rid of this tile. Or this gives me 2 health and 2 energy, and then I get another whole turn. So these tiles are great, and you get them by rolling 3 1s and 3 2s. Energy itself is used at the end of your turn. You can buy cards. There's going to be some cards available here from a big deck. Each card has a cost. Some cards are cards that will happen right away. Other cards are cards that you will keep. These are all keep ones. So this one, it says if I roll 1, 2, 3 heart, attack, energy, I get 9 points in addition to the different effects. There are all kinds of cool cards here. This one here, the Nova Breath, that says all my attacks smash all other monsters. High altitude, this is a one-time thing. All monsters, including you, lose 3 health. Maybe I can use that to take someone else out. This one here just gives me an extra victory point, a one-time shot. Here, plus 2 points, and all other monsters lose 3 health. This is a one-time use, but it costs 6. This Frenzy gives me another turn after this one. That one costs 7. And so there's a lot of different cards in here. You can use extra energy if you have some. You can spend 2 to wipe the 3 cards that are there to give you more cards that, a better option to pick from. Oh, wow, okay, I want this nuclear power plant. It gives me 2 points and 3 health. So it's up to players what they do, and you do that at the end of your turn. So that's pretty much it. You're going to roll dice, attack other monsters, buy energy cards, possibly move into Tokyo if it's open, and you keep going. If you eliminate all the other monsters, you win, or if you get to 20 victory points, you win. The game definitely has this cool vibe. It just rules. Look at that. You see the monster coming. It's all this dark, massive stuff. The rule book's very clearly written. The components are great. I was a little worried that it would be too dark, but all the different fluorescent lighting looks really good. It's the brightest dark game that I've ever played. Card quality could be slightly better. These are nice looking cards, but they're not linen finished. But other than that, these tokens here are little lightning bolts, little plastic translucent. These are plastic tokens here, your wickedness tokens. And then these tiles are pretty easy to understand. Although I will say, I was surprised that with how much space is here, they made the print a little smaller than I would prefer. The monsters themselves, they're just fun, right? They're cool, they're big, they're scary, and they're not scary, right? Kids will have fun playing with these, and my kids liked it. The dice are big. One of my children was complaining that these dice are so big to roll, but they do feel hefty, and everything fits very nicely in a plastic insert that's custom made for this, and even shows you where to put the stuff. And there are tokens included, because some of these tokens, like poison breath or things like that, so that some of the tiles will give you, are here ready for your use. All in all, a very stellar production. King of Tokyo is a fantastic game, and what I really like about it is it's fast, it's fun and furious, and it even does some things that I normally don't like. Like, for example, I'm not a big fan of player elimination, to take somebody else out of the game. But King of Tokyo is fast enough that it doesn't matter. By the time you're eliminated, first of all, it's usually your own fault. Like, I'm going to stay in King of Tokyo to see how long I can last. People keep attacking you, you might die. But, you could always pull out and come back and fight another day. But and also, the game's just not that long. And so it's silly, it's fun. Actually, most of the time I've seen the game won by points. To eliminate all the other monsters doesn't happen very often. But this is a game that families get into, adults get into, and it's just a lot of fun. And then you buy those cool upgrade cards, and I have extra arms, or I have wings now, or acid breath, and it's just silly, over-the-top fun. And it goes up to 6 players, and in fact, this rule set changes the rules, modifies it slightly for 2. Not enough that I'm ever going to want to play this with 2, because I think this is one of those more the merrier. It's a good 4-player game, but 5 and 6 works well too, and it's just entertaining to watch everybody go at it. This game has been out for quite a bit, and I still, every time I play it, have an entertaining, fun time. For those who have the original King of Tokyo, the main changes here are the moving up on the wickedness track, which makes 1s and 2s more valuable. They weren't necessarily before, but hey, now I want to move up on that wickedness track because it gives me special bonuses. And in fact, the original King of Tokyo has a power-up expansion for it, in which the different monsters have special abilities. This makes it so I don't know that I missed that expansion, because these tiles you get are very similar to many of the powers in the power-up expansion. And you get those tiles, you get these cards, and it's a rip-roaring time. I like this idea of giant monsters smashing around without it being anything realistic. You don't see people falling out of buildings and stuff. It's just monster versus monster. And it's a game that kids get into, and they're being King Kong and Godzilla, and they're called different things here. Or Cyber Bunny. I don't know that I've ever played a game without Cyber Bunny, because they's always fought over. Everyone wants to be that character. So cool art, a very family-friendly theme. Die-hard gamers will get into it and have an entertaining time. There's just something about King of Tokyo, and this is a very fun edition of it, the Dark Edition. Doesn't sound like it would be fun, I guess, because it sounds like, what is this one? Nah, it's just a different color palette that somehow manages to be brighter than the original game. Dice Tower Judgment, excellent!